himay-himayin ang tungkol sa pagtatakda ng minimum na rollback at maximum na oil price hike. Makakapanayan po natin si Energy Secretary Sharon Garin. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Secretary.
Good morning.
Secretary, paano po natin ipatutupad itong inyong pagtakda, no, ng mga presyo kung may oil companies na hindi susunod, no? Sapat po ba yung ating enforcement power ng DOE regarding this?
So far naman sumusunod sila. We received all the reports yesterday, and all of them are following. And now we have an enforcement team also. Kung naalala niyo po, nung umpisa pa lang po ng gera na to, ang dami pong mga reklamo po on the gas stations. And then at that time, we were able to create a multi-agency task force, including yung PNP, DILG, LGUs, pati PCO, DICT, tsaka DOE po magkakasama. And even our electric cooperative. So we have in place po a structure for enforcement at sila po ay nagbabantay po kung meron po at kung meron mga reklamo at hindi nakita po ng task force natin for the enforcement, meron pong EGOV po na pwede sila mag-report doon.
Secretary, ano po yung maaaring parusa doon sa mga oil companies just in case hindi po sila sumunod sa inyo?
Meron po, kasi itong mga oil companies, including the gas stations, are all doing business kasi may permit sila sa amin. So kung hindi nila ma-explain after a show cause, hindi nila ma-explain na bakit hindi sila sumunod or bakit yung rollback nila konti lang or sobrang taas yung pag-oil price hike nila, then it can be one of the basis of cancellation their permit at hindi sila pwede magnegosyo na. Or ang meron din po, dahil ito pong power or a mandate to set the minimum and maximum is under the oil deregulation law. So, pwede din i-apply yung mga penalties under the oil deregulation law po.
Secretary, of course, may ilang mga nagko-question dahil daw po baka sakaling may paglabag sa oil deregulation law itong pagpapatupad ng ganitong limitasyon. No? While we understand na nasa ilalim po tayo ngayon ng National Energy Emergency Situation, how do we make sure that we are also not abusing this power?
Wala, actually hindi naman nga dinidikta yung presyo, dinidikta yung adjustments, no? And when we calculate the adjustments, very mathematical yan, based on international numbers, no? International price ng crude, ng diesel, international price ng premium, insurance, transportation. So lahat po, very public information yan. So doon po namin binibase, and then we make sure that hindi naman malulugi at magsasara yung oil companies natin. Pero yung tama lang. So what we're trying to contain is dapat tama lang yung pag-increase mo or yung pagbaba mo. So kung ano yung sapat lang, no? Anong dapat lang na i-adjust mo. So so far naman only to that extent. So that won't even be I really doubt if there will be any abuse in that sense kasi ito very transparent and public po yung mga adjustments at may bantay tayo, taong bayan natin ay nagbabantay talaga.
Opo. Pero Secretary, may mga nagsasabi rin po na dapat na lang daw po, if ever, yung mga mungkahi po nila, maglagay na lang daw po tayo ng price cap. Is that even possible?
So pag naglagay ka ng price cap, for example, tapos halimbawa, instead na yung increase, dapat mag-increase ka 150, sasabihin natin 100 ka lang. Ang 50 na yan, hindi ko alam, okay lang kung yun lang yung kita ng oil company, pero kung yun yung cost ng pagdala ng oil dito, pag-import ng diesel dito sa Pilipinas, baka wala nang mag-i-import. unless kung mag-cap ka at gobyerno magbabayad ng extra na cost ng oil mo or ng diesel mo. So, kailangan yun. Kaya nga, sinasabi ko palagi na eto mathematical to, accounting procedure to, na sinusunod. Kasi hindi naman to na ang intention ay mabawasan po yung supply natin. Ang kailangan lang, tamang-tama lang para ma-maintain natin. So, hindi po pwede na i-price cap at wala pang consideration sa pag-import kung magkano ba talaga ang pag-import. So, we don't want that to happen. We don't want it to happen na pwede nga tayo mag-import pero wala pong bumibili dahil ang mga oil companies, sila po yung hindi nila makayanan na bumili ng sapat na supply. So, if the government cannot subsidize a price cap, parang hindi po dapat yan magawa ngayon kasi mahirap po pag maubusan tayo po ng diesel.
Secretary, meron pong pag-aaral kasi ang Ibon Foundation. They are saying na kumita daw po ang mga oil companies nitong March, simula pong nagkaroon nga po ng Middle East conflict ng around 46.5 billion. So that's around 1.5 billion every day. How are we looking at this? Kung sakasakali po ba meron po tayong nakikitang profiteering dito at paano po ang ginagawa ng DOE para po makita po natin na wala pong profiteering na ginagawa mga oil companies kasi ang mga consumers po ay of course hirap na hirap then while these companies are earning money.
Correct. That's what we don't want, no? Na merong nagte-take advantage ng sitwasyon ngayon. So that's what we're trying to avoid, no? And prohibit. So ngayon po, kung meron pong mga findings po yung mga institusyon natin, then it's best to do it through the courts, no? Kung meron silang ma-file yan na meron silang nakita or may ebidensya sila, then I would really encourage filing it at para po fair justice ang makuha natin na may makapag-defend at may ka-accuse tayo. No? Second po is that we are also trying to pag may profit, kaya po ang ating ina-avoid is na mag-increase sila ng sobra or mag-decrease ng sobrang konti lang. So we're trying to control that also. Yeah. And third kasi, you have to consider also, it's not like I'm defending any company here. Pero ngayon po, bumagsak po by 25 pesos, 24.95, Pero nabili nila tong oil na to nung mahal pa, no?
Yes.
Ngayon iniisip natin. So bawi-bawi rin yan Kaya nga kailangan bantay lang, no? Kaya nga ni-impose namin yan kasi if you bought cheap at that before March and then sell it high, di meron nga sa accounting, ganun talaga yung practice nila. Pero ngayon, you buy high and you sell low, hindi ka rin pwede So bawi-bawi rin.
Replacement cost po, ika nga, oo.
Replacement cost, correct. So there's an advantage, disadvantage. Pero at the end of the year or at the end of the accounting cycle, dapat patas lahat yan.
Opo. Secretary, final question na lang po, kumusta na po yung inventory natin ng langis, pati na rin po yung LPG, and magtutuloy-tuloy po ba yung ating rollback next week? Are we seeing that scenario?
Yung inventory natin steady lang. We're on average about 50-54 days. At that's a good number na kasi 60 days lang naman yung available natin for storage. So steady lang tayo dyan. At kahit 50 days yan, hindi yan po na mauubos na just sa 50 days. That means we have 50 days to order more para ma-replace po ang kinukonsumo natin. So, ano yung isang mong tanong kanina?
Kung tuloy-tuloy po yung natin, na rollback next week.
Tuloy-tuloy. Yan, I can only tell you what will happen the week before. So, the week before, we calculate the 5 days of trading and then tsaka namin malalaman kung anong epekto niya pagka next week. So, for next week, I have to wait until Friday para masabihan kung ano yung rollback or yung price hike. At I need the 5 days. Ano na yan,
check
walang
the
basis
market.
pag sinabi ko sa'yo ngayon. Ah,
Yeah. Alright, as always, alam po namin masyado na po kayong busy. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Energy Secretary Sharon Garin.
Mga kapatid, Andre Felix po, manatiling may alam pagdating sa mga mahalagang balita sa loob at labas ng bansa. Mag-follow at mag-subscribe na po sa social media pages ng News 5.